Hey everyone, how are you?
Awesome.
Not you. I'm talking to everybody else.
Oh, okay.
Letting them all answer individually.
That's it.
Yeah.
There they all are outside waiting
Yeah.
after 3 weeks. Thank you for showing up.
Man, we were gone for 3 weeks. This
I
almost
know.
feels like our first podcast again.
I know, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Not.
No. We're right back into it.
Right back into it, yeah. Right
Some
back
things
into
don't change.
Yep.
No. But thank you, anybody who was looking for us during that time off. I started the whole thing by taking a week off and going on vacation, which I had a great time. And then I came back with COVID. So I took another week off. And then Jimmy had vacation planned. So then he took a week off. And well, here we are.
I got no COVID.
You got no COVID. Thank
I
God.
got nothing.
Thank goodness.
But it's so
Yeah.
funny, too, because, I take my vitamins to get my sleep. I do
Yep.
all my supplements and everything else. And what you know, when the plane is landing, it's coming in for a landing. All of a sudden, the whole plane is like, let's you.
Yep. Uh-huh. I know.
Hacking.
I know.
Crazy.
But they're
Nuts.
pretty healthy, the planes, with the
It's in a tube.
yeah, well, it's got all the different purifiers too.
Yeah,
They're
and
like
the air's-
sucks it out and
Yeah.
replenishes it and cleans it and stuff. They say it's like better than
That's
most
what they're
places say it could be.
That's what
So-
they say.
But I figured we were on a cruise, so I figured I got it on the boat. So
That's a freaking petri dish on
Oh,
the
yeah.
water. That's all what you
and it's funny, they only booked half capacity.
Yeah.
So they said the most they'll do right now is 3/4. That's it.
No, they
They won't do 100%.
That's something.
Yep, just to try to keep the numbers low.
So where did you go?
So we went to the Eastern Caribbean.
Yeah.
So we started off. We got a direct flight. You can get them now from New Haven, from Tweed. Yeah, we did a direct flight right down to Fort Lauderdale. Picked up the boat there.
Yep.
Which perfect. It was great. And then we got on the cruise ship and we went to Key West for the first day, and then we did Bimini,
Yep.
Bahamas.
Yeah.
So that's a newer island, I guess, that's been opened up to cruising. So I think it's been like less than 5 years. So it's not like overdeveloped or anything else right now. It's still kind of like the way it was.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really nice. So we did that, and then went over to Grand Turk, sorry, which is the Turk and Caicos. So that's the capital island. We're there for a day, and then we did Dominican Republic,
Okay.
and then came back.
Hey, how was the Dominican Republic?
That was our second time there.
Yeah.
We did an all-inclusive stay once, loved it, and it was nice. It was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I find it hard to find anything wrong with islands. Caribbean islands when I'm down there. They're all nice. They're all beautiful.
Oh,
The
there you
water's great, and the temperature's great, and
Yeah.
they got palm trees and snorkeling. And
Yeah.
the only bad thing that happened for me for snorkeling was I got water in my ears, I thought, and they were clogged. 11 days. And they were clogged. I couldn't hear. It was like,
That's awesome.
What? I'm like, how does this happen? How does it
Yeah,
not
you
like
get
just
water in your-
release?
Yeah.
But then I ended up going to the emergency room and they said, oh, actually you have wax that's impacted.
Yeah.
So
got
somehow
wet.
it got wet and
wet.
it got in there and got impacted, and they had to clean out, flush the ears out, so
How
to
did that
speak.
feel?
I don't mind it. I've had it before. So
Yeah, you're a waxer like me.
yeah. So I got still a little bit more in one ear, but I can hear perfectly fine now. So
How does your peroxide?
really,
Yeah, hydroperoxide. You can actually buy the earwax drops.
yes, I know they got the syringe thing to flush them out, but
Yep.
they also sell even at Walmart. I saw it was the exact same thing they use at the emergency room. It's like a bottle
It's a
with a
gun.
sprayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gun thing.
Yeah.
So they sell those too, and it's not expensive either to pick them up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I got to do. Maybe this weekend I'll make a big day of it. Try to get the rest of the wax out of my ear. Yeah.
So I went to Arizona for a week.
Yes.
I started off we landed in Flagstaff, and I spent the northern part of Arizona. Basically, only one day I was down in Wickenboro because we went on Labor Day weekend. There was no hotels, so we had to go we had to drive 100 and change miles to get to where we had to go.
Wow.
Stayed in Wickenboro, but while I was there, of course, I was investigating structures of buildings,
Mm-hmm.
and basically how old towns, actually old frontier towns, and then newer towns. So let me just jump way up to Page, which is the northern part of Arizona. It's right next to Lake Powell, and it goes into Utah.
Oh, okay.
So Page was a town that was built. I think it was built by the Army Corps of Engineers because they were building the Hayden Dam. The
Mhm.
Hayden Dam is right there. That's what forms Lake Powell.
Mhm.
So they just built a bunch of rooming, in facilities for the workers to work
Mhm.
on the dam, and then they would go back there, which is right down the street. Well, eventually, I guess what has happened, um, it's now a town. It's really a town. They do have a monument there, which is the horseshoe run. Oh, it's a canyon, but
Okay.
it's like a horseshoe.
Hmm.
So it's right there in the town, one of the sites to see. But it's Page is a town. So I was looking at the buildings, and of course, it's a lot of infrastructure that's in Arizona now that's been built up, like in Sedona or Flagstaff. It's it's brick and mortar.
Mhm.
But I also noticed, like in Page, and I noticed in smaller towns, it's Arizona is famous for their red rock,
Right.
right?
Yep.
So they incorporate that in the cement. They use that in the cement.
Nice.
So you'll see red rock anywhere when they make barriers or walls, which is a nice touch for us because in New England it's just gray.
Right. Yeah.
Um, the structure of everything is now so much more modern. But I also went back and I went to the pueblos that the Native Americans lived in, all the different tribes, and how they made it work was with mud, sand, mortar.
Oh yeah.
They made their mortar, and with the stonework, and it was a constant thing that they had to keep up. I mean, because when it rained, it does rain in Arizona, it does rain in the desert.
Yep.
That stuff, the consistency of soil in Arizona is not porous. It runs, it breaks down the material and washes away. So it's not like soil here where it will soak in. However, what I found out through a park ranger who worked with some geologists, the rainwater will seep through the stone or like the canyons, and it gets into the water table system underground. And
It's like different channels and stuff going through. Yeah.
But as far as sitting on top of the soil, it just runs off and then will run off to a river or run somewhere. And you'll see that. That's where it's dangerous mudslides.
Yeah.
Up there.
Yeah.
So when it's monsoon season, which they do have, and they've had quite a bit of rain, believe it or not, and high heat, you have to be aware of that.
Yeah.
Very aware of that. They shut down the parks when it's really pouring.
Yeah.
Because they don't.
Too dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Yeah.
The idiots at Grand Canyon. I'm telling you, you just can't fix stupid.
Nope. Stupid is forever.
I just like, dude, nobody knows you're standing on the edge at 7,000 feet and you're going to die, And
if you fall off, you're dead.
More hikers actually die than people falling off the Grand Canyon, which I was very surprised at.
Yeah.
Hikers die and people on the river. But there are people who just show up and just say, yep, fuck it, and jump off.
Jeez. What a way to go. Ugh.
But I went to the North Rim, which doesn't have a lot of people there. They have a lodge at there, but I think you got to book that a year in advance.
Oh, wow.
It's on the national parks where it is. And then you just got to drive to go find a hotel. That's why we stayed up in Page, which was about, I think, 40 or 50 miles away.
Yeah.
But the North Rim,
which isn't too bad.
The North Rim of the canyon is spectacular.
Yeah.
And the sound is deafening. You can't hear anything. You can hear your heartbeat in the wind, a little bit of the wind, or a crow or an eagle or hawk. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Everything about it was just magnificent. Even when I went down to the Vermillion Cliffs going into Cameron, it's just vast open desert with these huge cliffs like out of Lord of the Rings to your right. And as far as you can see, there are cliffs all down the other side, and it's just like, it's you and them.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. It was just, there was some really beautiful moments, and I really liked the dry heat, and I really needed the vacation. It's been 2 years since I had one.
Right.
But all the infrastructure now in some of the buildings, I actually took a picture. We'll probably post it on our website.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting at the Galaxy Diner in Flagstaff, which was an old nostalgic 1950s diner. Was there.
Nice. Yeah.
Right. Really cool. Shit,
yeah.
Right. And I look out the window and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So there's like apartment buildings or building complex. It has every type of exterior finish product on this building. It had stone, siding, cement, Um, oh, shake. I mean, it had everything on it.
Really?
Everything. I got a picture of it.
Huh.
When you look at it, you're like, pick all the different things that's on it.
Yeah.
The whole freaking building. Like, that mosaic stonework that you had at your house?
Yeah.
Yep. It's got that.
Wow.
Like all up the walls.
Hmm.
But then it goes to siding, like clapboard siding.
Yeah.
It's probably hardy board.
Right.
And then it goes to like, I forget what else it is. I got to look at it, but I'm looking at it. It's like there's like 5 or 6 different kinds of finished coatings on this house, on this building. It looks
I
weird.
wonder why.
It looks weird.
You think they were just running out of stuff or using it from a different site?
I think it was an architectural design thing.
Oh, really? Okay.
But nobody would have caught it except for me or you.
Right.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah. Why do you need so many different types of siding?
They are now, when you're in Arizona, I'm sure some people here that are listening to the show have been to Arizona and seen it.
Or live there. Yep.
Live there. You're driving through a lot of reservation.
Mm-hmm.
Navajo. I can't remember. I don't want to insult the tribe. I can't say the name correctly because of the W. But we were on their reservation driving through. And I'm noticing, some just live in trailers.
Yeah.
But other ones, have better housing.
Mm-hmm.
To say the least, I would say. And then because they live in the desert.
They do.
In the middle of nowhere.
It's amazing. I've driven through like New Mexico and Utah, and you're just driving and it's miles away, and then there's just boom, a trailer.
Yeah.
And then there's nothing for miles. It's like,
right.
Wow.
Right. But then I'm looking at more and more houses. We noticed them in Arizona too. The solar power.
Oh, really?
Getting solar power. Yeah. And when I was there, I also heard California's having a real problem now with batteries.
Really?
Oh, battery cars?
Yeah.
Electric.
Oh.
They can't keep up with the consumption of electric because of the electric cars.
Yeah.
So they're getting the brownouts again.
They're
getting the really bad brownouts.
Yeah.
And I guess they just mandated that they want no more gas-fueled vehicles in 10 years. They want to be totally electric.
Yeah.
I
think the whole country's going that way. So
they're trying to go that way. And it's just like, I'm getting solar. I get my solar within the next month. I'm getting it, and I'm glad I'm getting on board. And of course, there's so much controversy about it because there are other people that are just like, this, that, the other thing.
Yeah.
But I can see the writing on the wall. What's going to happen? It's supply and demand, just like with the oil and all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's going to come a time when the electric prices are just going to go out of control.
Oh, absolutely.
They're going out now.
Yes.
So I'm in a fixed rate, like 20 years, which is nothing.
Yep.
I'll be dead before 20 years is over anyway.
But
I got a fixed rate.
So now, how does that work when it comes to? Well, I guess it really doesn't matter. Like if you had to charge your car and you had to put in an outlet for it and it runs off of electric, does that fall under your total consumption? Because it really doesn't matter what you're using.
That's a really, really good question. So what I am now powered for, because Jane didn't want split units on the house.
Okay.
We have an old house.
Yeah.
She says, hell or high water, no.
Okay.
So I turned around because originally that's what I said, split units. So they were going to panel the house, the back of the house. And then I said, Nigel, she nixed can't do it. So I said, power me up for 5 air conditioners, 5 rooms, 5 air conditioners. I mean, he said,
okay.
And he took in consideration all my other utilities, which was my hot water heater, the boil, the range, everything else.
Everything, yeah.
So I am now compatible to all of that. I have all of that. Solar panels are covering everything that's being used in my house.
Okay.
But now the good question you just said, because I just asked him, I said, what about electric car? He said, wait. Says, when you're going to get the electric car, then get the panels.
Okay.
Don't get extra panels if you're not going to use them. Get what you need.
Right.
Use what you need.
Because you're not going to buy one like next month.
No.
It's going to be years down.
It's going to be years. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They got to work the bugs out of this thing.
Absolutely. I agree with that too. I mean, I don't think it's where it needs to be at and where it's going to be.
There's so much going on with the battery thing, with the lithium thing, and all these other third world countries, and they got
And the
child
chips and everything
labor and
else.
the
Yeah,
chips and all this stuff.
it's crazy.
I guess Biden came out, said something last week. I cut, you can't quote me on this, but I heard something briefly, but they're going to be opening up factories in the United States. They're going to be making the chips
Yes,
and making all that stuff.
that's
It's going to
true.
be America.
Yep.
Because we used to do it.
We used to, and then it became astronomical in price. I mean, and you hear from these companies, they're like, we used to pay $2 and change for a chip. Now it's $250 for the chip. Same thing, and it's all being done cheaper overseas. So how can we compete here unless, we try to support these companies that are doing this? That's going to make things cheaper for us.
So, I see a more like solar electric stuff coming into play. I just bought a pellet stove because to offset the oil in the house. Because that's just scaring the shit out of everybody.
Well, yeah, I mean, things are going down now too, and I won't get very political or anything else, but it was known it was going to start to drop when it got closer to midterms. The price of gas is going down. It's down to now like 320 something. Most gas stations here in Connecticut, unless you're in areas where they don't have a lot of competition, then they're still charging a lot of money. But I don't know what the national average is at this point, but it'll probably drop to below $3, and hopefully, gas and oil will be cheap enough for us for the winter. It's definitely down lower than it was before. Because it was over $4.50 a gallon. So
yeah,
hopefully we're going to see some sort of relief.
Well, I can't help think that there's going to be a stab in the ass in October for just some stupid reason. I just got this funny feeling, and I just want to be ready for it and be prepared for it. So I went out and got myself a good pellet stove.
Good. You've had one before. You liked them.
Yeah, I like them. I mean, I like them.
Yep.
And I don't mind them.
See, too much work for me. But
well, I mean, I don't want a wood stove.
No, God, no.
That's
that's a lot of work.
I'm just looking for another hernia.
Right.
If I get a wood stove.
Right.
So I'm going to keep you posted on that.
Yeah.
They all come with it. Even the best ones that are out there. I looked them up online, the top 10. And there's one called Comfort, which is about $2,200.
Okay.
The only bad thing they're saying about it is that the hopper is really small.
Okay.
So put it in your pellets. You're going to be bouncing them all off the floor. And let me tell you something. Those things suck when you step on them at night.
Oh,
when you step on a pellet.
Yeah.
You're stepping on a stone. It wakes you up. It's
Sure.
like a Lego.
Wow.
Same thing. So anyway, Comfort Built. That's what it's called. That's like the top number one out there. But so I did a little thinking, investigating. I went to Tractor Supply, and they got a new one called the Tahoe. No, Tahoe. I think it begins with a T. I think it's Tahoe. I got to pick it up. They just called me, told me it was in. That was the $1,000.
Okay.
All right. The Comfort can heat up to 2,400 square feet.
Wow.
The Tahoe heats up to 2,200 square feet.
Okay.
Both Bluetooth compatible, believe it or not.
No kidding. Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
3 different speeds.
Wow.
But they all have
I would pay big money to see my in-laws working a Bluetooth on their wood stove. That would be hysterical.
Be like, this is bullshit. Get the wood, you can't put wood in a pellet stove. I don't care. I make it work. Don't shut up. I make it work.
They are not Russian, but okay, thank
all
you.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. But what they
so anyways, yeah.
Oh.
Well, he's Ukrainian. Yep, and she's Liechtensteinian.
You can't tell Ukrainian what to do.
No.
Can't tell.
No.
Russia's trying to do that to get their ass kicked.
Right.
But they all of them, the Comfort Built, the one that I'm buying, they all come with a year guarantee on the electronics.
Okay.
And then the steel and everything else, I think, is like between 3 and 5. So they're pretty much all the same.
Okay.
It's something like, the look. What do you want it to look like? Where you see the flame.
Mm-hmm.
Are they quiet? Yeah, I guess.
And what are they getting for a pallet of pellets?
They're up to 310.
That's not bad.
They used to be like, I used to get Lignetics for like $250.
Wow.
No, I'm lying. No, $300.
Okay. Yeah, so it's not too bad.
Pellets, and the reason why there's pellets and there's a good deal in pellets because of building. the mills are working.
Right.
So there's plenty of pellets. Remember when the mills weren't working? You
Yep.
couldn't even get pellets. They
Yep,
were
I remember that.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucked.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That was awful.
So you would definitely go with pellet over a gas insert.
I'm still using the gas insert.
You are.
Yeah. And the problem is propane's not coming down.
Right.
I haven't seen it come down.
No, it hasn't.
So it's going to be really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But the BTUs, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I run into controversy on the BTUs on the gas too.
Right.
You get more with the pellet, or you get more with the wood, or you get more with oil than you do with the gas.
Right.
But I've heard that from different plumbers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like I got the gas,
Mm-hmm.
I got the pellet. I can run the pellet all day. I can run the gas when people come over. If I want to heat upstairs, heat rises.
Yep.
And then I got the oil heat.
Mm-hmm.
If I really need to warm upstairs, because I tell you, we talked about this in shows before. I just turn it on, get the heat going. Once the radiators are hot, turn it off, and I got heat upstairs for the rest of the night.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
You got the old cast iron heaters.
Yeah.
So those are radiators. Yeah. Those
Yeah.
things are great.
But I'm going through. I have a very, very efficient oil burner,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going through 100 gallons a month.
Yeah.
Easy.
Sure.
100 change.
Yeah.
It's an old house, so it's drafty,
Right.
and I'm doing the best I can.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at with that's where I am with that. I'm
Cool.
just getting really, I think the next couple of things of our podcast now, since we're in the fall, bringing stuff up about, getting ready for winter.
Yeah. Secondary heating.
What do we do?
And stuff like that. Yeah.
So anybody out there has got any advice?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Absolutely.
I got some downwind fall from a couple buddies who have wood stoves,
Mm.
and he says, yeah, people who are selling wood are going to get on the bandwagon and start jacking prices up
Sure.
because of this. That,
Yeah.
and the
Why
other.
not?
Be part of that old gang.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know what they're going for anymore. A cord of wood. I have no idea.
They're going to go up.
Yeah. Yeah. But then, like my in-laws, they chop their own. They do. They have trees taken down and they leave them. And then
I don't even want to say he. I want to say she. You sent me a picture of her,
oh yeah,
his wife.
yeah,
Splitting.
Yeah.
How old is she?
80.
Yeah. She's going to live forever.
Deadly with an axe.
Yeah.
She is pinpoint accurate.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
rob that house.
No.
Split you like a piece of hickory.
Yes.
Yeah.
You will not make it out of there.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always very nice to them. They're great people.
Dude, they're survivors.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, Holocaust, they're going to drop the bomb. Go to there. Go
Yeah.
there. They're going to survive.
They'll survive.
Yeah.
They'll figure it out.
Anybody who takes his rainwater and fills his pool with it.
Yep. It has its own pool heating system with the black pipe that goes all around the entire property and stuff. So when the water's running through the black pipe, it heats up and then it goes into the pool. So he thinks that helps raise the temperature of the pool. That's why he won't get a heater. Even though we beg him to get a heater, he won't get a heater. He's like, I got this.
Do you think it works?
It does not work. It does not work. I'll tell you, the water is hot coming out of there, but the temperature of the pool is not. I mean, you're talking how many thousands of gallons of pool water there is. You can have that little trickle that's coming out. That's
Is
going
there
to
sun on it? Does it?
Yeah. It goes all along his fence, back and forth, weaves it, goes underground, and then pops up over by the pool.
It trickles in there
And it trickles in there
all day.
all day.
Yeah. You ain't going to warm it up.
No.
You gotta blast that thing with all that
Yeah.
water in there.
But I mean, he'll go into the pool when it's like 70 degrees, and that's fine for him.
What's wrong with that? 70's good.
Oh my God. I don't go into a pool unless it's 84.
Freaking wuss.
84.
He's such a
That's my
wuss.
number. Because I've gone in at 83. Nope, too cold. 84.
This is a guy who won't eat sardines. I'm not surprised. Not surprised.
Yes. No.
Really?
Yeah, no. I hate being cold in a pool.
Oh, cold water is better for you.
Yeah. Whatever.
Hey, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, well, okay.
Yeah. That's why I got to go south. I got to get to the warmer weather.
Yeah, you do,
Warmer
man.
waters.
Oh my God, you do.
Yep.
Oh, so
All right.
I think it's good for me right now.
Yeah, I think we're good.
We'll get you some more information than we got. Oh, they did. I got to tell you this one thing.
Yeah.
One of the tribes that they built they had civilizations in the canyon, and they dug out the inside of the canyon, and they built a stone wall underneath the cliff,
Mm-hmm.
and then they would heat it from the inside with
Yeah.
with fire, and have a little hole up top where
Mm.
the smoke would go out. And
Yep.
they had a little doorway in the front, and they would stay cool in the summer and
Yeah.
hot,
In the winter.
in the winter. Yeah, amazing. And they would store food, and they had to figure out what crops could grow in the desert,
Sure.
and they could store food and this, that, the other,
Yeah.
store water, something like that. There was one town, one tribe. We went to Sunset Crater, which erupted 1,000 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and there was civilizations that were around there, but it was all disrupted because of all the ash and the lava.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Native Americans figured out with the ash, they took the ash and they put it over their crops, and it kept the soil moist. It kept it from drying out.
Yeah.
Figured that out.
Amazing.
And the trial and error of vegetation, vegetables, and medicinal properties that they find out there in the desert. Every plant does something out there, which is really amazing. How they figured that out and how they survived.
Right.
They did it.
Well, they were carnivores probably in the beginning, right? Just eating meats. It's probably easier to hunt.
Yeah, but they sustained a diet of other vegetables and stuff, and seeds and plants, up above the canyon, and then in certain areas. But from what I understand from some tribes, it was trial and error.
Yeah.
Figure what was going to last. I mean, that was survival was the thing, but they did eat meat. They went hunting all the time. Hunting stuff.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, one of the coolest things I saw when we went out to the Arches in Utah.
Yeah.
We went through a small little town.
Yeah.
Actually had a sign that said population 25.
Yeah.
And there was grandma and grandpa on the little store out on the front porch with their cat. And we stopped there to get something, and we had to use the bathroom. It's an outhouse. So there's no running plumbing, nothing. And I was like, you know how great life must be for them? Because they have no idea probably who the president is or anything that's going on.
Yeah, they might know, but what the hell? They're
right
there.
That's just 25 of them. They're all living in a little town together.
Yeah.
You have one store you go to, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, wow, what a way to live.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Off the grid.
Off the grid. All right, sir.
Good, buddy.
It was fun to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Yeah.
Better to be seen and not viewed.
There you go. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye now.
Bye.